Hello there, and thanks for joining us on the polls this afternoon. We are heavy on Asin North with less than 24 hours to the by-elections. IGP Dr. George Akufo-Dampare has been meeting political parties, electoral commission, and also residents of the constituency ahead of the crucial contest. The National Democratic Congress says it has full confidence in the IGP to ensure an incident-free by-election. We're live in Asin North for the latest this afternoon. Also coming up, how relevant are political rallies? That's the question we're asking, and we'll seek to answer that question when we speak to political marketing expert and a pollstar as the National Democratic Congress and the NPP stage massive rallies ahead of tomorrow's vote. It's still the rainy season, and we're looking at floods of trauma. We have the story of this horrific incident which happened 8 years ago, and I'm sure many of you recall that story. We'll tell that story, plus get you some updates. This is the Pulse on the Joy News channels on DSTV channel 421. The Pulse, as always, is brought to you by Global Communities Digni Lu Affordable Safe Sanitation. I'm Blessed Sogan. We'll get your details shortly. Please stay with us. Well, this afternoon, all eyes are set on Asin North as Ghana's two major political parties are set for a fierce political battle with the potential to either increase their parliamentary seats or maintain what they already have. The big question remains, will James Jachikwesing be successful in his bid to return to Parliament? My colleague Ohim Intewia was in the area for the final rounds of campaigning.
Supporters of the New Patriotic Party defied a downpour on Sunday to attend the last open campaign of the party ahead of the by-election on Tuesday. President Akufo-Addo told party sympathizers he had no hand in the prosecution of the embattled Jachikwesing. Flanked by New Patriotic Party's parliamentary candidate for Asin North, Charles Opoku, and some national executives of the party, he quizzed the difference between the prosecution of ex-member of parliament for Boko Central, Adam Sakandi, who was prosecuted and convicted for a similar offense, and that of Mr. Jachikwesing.
I say MPP for one minute, you can say Rano. And you ain't here, Rano. Ghana, and Rano. And you mean I'm about Rano. Ghana, and Rano. And you mean I'm Rano. Then the way will be our Ghana. I send the two, and you mean another Emra, and then Obi. Yampanis, I say, who are burning to Africa's whole way and say, Yanni, maybe that. 6.5 years ago. And now it's true, not true.
President Akufo-Addo appealed to the constituents of Asin North not to make a mistake by voting for someone who could end up in jail to derail development in the area. But in a swift response, former President John Dramani Mahama insisted President Akufo-Addo erred in comparing the Adamu Sakandi story to that of James Jachikwesing. He told party supporters at Asin India the embattled Mr. Kwesing would not be convicted since he did not flout the laws on dual citizenship.
Sakande dear, any education dear, Sakande for prison because for the intro or the passport this year. Education, one passport this year. It is some of Mokase, education back prison, education back prison. Mijna Akacham said, Nada, all prison and net all prison and China.
From Asin North for Joy News, Ohime Interior reporting.
Well, as we speak, the race is heating on. We'll take this to the constituency shortly, as we understand the IGP has been engaging some political parties and also bring you a breakdown of the numbers. But first, let's speak to the research agency Global Info Analytics, which has a research released out there that puts the New Patriotic Party's Charles Opoku in a slight lead ahead of the NDC's James Jachi Kwesen. Musa Dankwal is Executive Director for the group, joins us via Zoom now. Thank you, sir, for spending some time with us. Let's get to the figures. Are you suggesting, first of all, an outright win for the New Patriotic Party in this latest survey that you conducted? What's the rationale?
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. Not at all. I mean, the race is statistically dead heat. The difference between the MPP and the NDC candidate is 1.1%. Our margin of error is 1.9%. So it is within the polls margin of error. And in fact, the 1.1% represents 29 votes from the 2,500 interviews we conducted. So this is a really close read per the polls if we were to believe the poll numbers.
And when you say that there's still some significant number, amounting to some 6% plus, who are yet to decide on what they may be doing during the elections day proper, what's that to suggest? That the results could overturn and possibly the one who's the first runner-up may overtake the winner. Is that possible?
Very, very possible, because you have 6.9 voters who said they would make their mind tomorrow when they go to the polls. They couldn't tell us. Now, depending on how they break out, if they break out into Charles column, Charles will win. If they break out to the equations column, the equation will win. And besides that, there are evidence that people have not been entirely truthful in the poll. And if these guys go to the poll and become truthful to themselves, and do something different than what they told us, the outcome could also be different.
You've been carrying out further research on the claims of vote buying. It's not allowed per electoral laws, but that seems to be a phenomenon that popped up, and you've been quizzing, quite a number of people on that. We'll get your thoughts on the issue about the vote buying and the dynamics there. But first, let's deal with the sudden turnaround in the figures, giving a slight lead to Charles Opoku. He's a new face in the race. James Jachi Kwesen has been there as the incumbent. What's turning all of a sudden the figures around?
I would say, if you put me to the wall, that I wouldn't blame Charles for what is happening in the race, because he had a comfortable lead about 4 weeks ago, and we thought, look, with this lead, it's highly unlikely the Kwesen will catch up with him. But now we are at a point where he's leading by only 1.1%, when he had 19% lead 4 weeks ago. And we believe it is the campaign of MPP and probably the MPP that is damaging the candidate of Charles Opoku rather than the candidate himself. Because he is very popular in the constituency. They like him.
Okay. And when you say they like him, you believe that there are some external forces playing against him? What exactly? Musa, can you hear me? We'll try and get Musa Dankwa, who's the Executive Director for the Global Info Analytics, for you. And of course, what we are seeking to do is to break down the latest research done by the agency itself, the Global Info Analytics, suggesting that the NPP's candidate appears to be taking a slight lead there in that race. And there's also a finding on the issue about vote buying and the fact that it may influence decisions going forward into tomorrow's polls, which is just about, less than 24 hours from now. We're equally expecting that we'll get some explanation of that on the figures, the issues surrounding vote buying shortly with the Global Info Analytics. Ohimin Tewia is also within the area and he's joining us now. Ohimin, what can you report? There's also a meeting happening between the IGP and political parties.
Thank you. The meeting was called at the instance of the Inspector General of Police, Professor George Akuffo Dampare, and it was attended by the three political parties taking part in tomorrow's by-election. The National Democratic Congress, the NPP, and then LPG. Their leaderships were there in their numbers, as well as the Electoral Commission officials, which they were also represented by the Director of Elections, Framework people. The meeting was to discuss a security roadmap for tomorrow's by-election. If you recall, this is not the first time that the Inspector General of Police has introduced this meeting in Sumeru a day before the by-election. The Inspector General of Police did meet all the stakeholders in the elections and discuss the security roadmap with them. So this is an update of what happened in Sumeru.
Okay, grateful. And we'll be getting back to my colleague who would definitely join us with more updates on that. Ohimin Tewia giving us the latest. Musa is with us from the Global Info Analytics, and he just went off there at the point I was raising concerns and issues surrounding vote buying. You've also done some inquiry into that aspect of the factors that may influence the elections tomorrow. What did you find out?
I think two things mainly stood out. The first is the issue whether the developmental project that is happening now would have huge impact on the outcome. 70% of respondents said no, it wouldn't, compared to 30% who said it would have impact on them. Then the second question we asked them was, what would they do as voters if they were offered inducement to vote for a candidate? And surprisingly, 78% of them said they would take the money and vote for that candidate, compared to 16% who said they wouldn't take the money, vote against the candidate. But we also put intelligence that these responses they were giving us, they were being sarcastic, frankly, because monies were being shared around. So who is he to say that he wouldn't take the money or he would take and vote against? So they were trying to play along, we believe, in this response.
So the reverse may be the case? Is that what you're suggesting? Yeah, and that would be a big factor.
Yes, because I think they were of the view that, we are coming to sample opinion, which it will be used to give them money. So if they said, no, I will take the money, I won't vote for you, then they won't get the money. So they were telling our people in the field that, we'll take the money and vote for you. And sometimes they do mistake us to be government agents. So sometimes these things get a bit played along.
Yeah, but Musa, what you're trying to do now is to think for your interviewees.
No, it's not about think for them. But you see, as an officer in the field, you are also a human being. You know what people do. You know how things they say on the quiet, even if they are being sarcastic, you know. Because if that wasn't the case, 78% said they would take the money and vote for a candidate, then we shouldn't have a very tough race.
Yeah, but what link then do we draw, for instance, to the sudden turnaround or change in the figures? If indeed 78% say we'll take the money, we'll vote, that should reflect in, what's happening within the constituency, where you have a widened gap between the most favorable candidates when you did the first round of survey, and now that gap is closing. So indeed, if you're telling you with the cash they'll vote for that candidate, there's a bearing there, isn't it?
Yes, there is. If this response has not been this high before, if you look at the figure, the comparative figures we had for this, this question, at the time we did the first poll. In fact, you have a split where about 31% of them said they would take the money and vote for the person, and 44% said they would accept and vote against. So between the first period and now, that has changed. Something must have caused this to change dramatically. And I believe it was the incentive that was being offered. That's why these numbers have changed.
What sort of lived experience did you get from your interviewees on the claim itself about vote buying? Did they see that as a reality, something actually taking place, or this was a hypothetical question you're asking because there's a possibility of that happening in any Ghanaian election?
No, we have clear cases of people giving us evidence of farmer gift taking in many places that we went to. So it's not an issue of hearsay. Or I've been given this. We were given this yesterday or last night or the morning before. I had this. It's an open secret in our same of today. And everybody knows it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm interested in the detail. That's why I'm listening.
Voters. No, we've been to places where NDC were sharing cutlasses, volunteering booths, and so on and so forth. So there's also an inducement on their part.
Okay, I see. Now some of the projects going on, mind you, this is a contest that's taking place largely between the governing side and the opposition political parties. Then we have two other candidates joining. Why are you not going big on, for instance, these two other persons? Because mind you, they are all, first of all, female, and they belong to minority or lesser followed political groupings. Have you done some search on them as well and their potential, and how, of course, their following as well may change the dynamics in this election?
It doesn't do anything at all. I mean, the third candidate from the Labour Party, he's pulling 0.3% in the race.
Yeah, 0.3, and there's the...
It's a two-horse race with a... not showing at all, frankly. They're not showing at all. So they won't have any impact at all on the race.
If that should translate into actuals, I mean, you were equating that. The 0.3% is not enough to determine what may happen to the fate of either of the two major political parties. Is that what you're saying?
Absolutely not. The fate of the parties rely on the people who are undecided, 6.9%.
Okay, and then the incumbency advantage, and that conversation has come up as to developmental projects also taking place. How is that influencing what's going to happen within the constituency?
Well, incumbency advantage is obvious. It's there. It's being used. But, 70% of voters say that what the government is doing there in terms of developmental project will not have impact on their decision.
I see that you're quite precise and very straightforward with the answers you're giving me. You want me to do the interpretation, but many are wondering, how that will tell when we go we go to the Asin North area to witness that crucial elections tomorrow. And that's why I'm asking about these factors and how that will translate into the voter parting and what will happen tomorrow. Okay, I've lost Musa Dankwa, who's with Global Info Analytics. Of course, they've gone into the figures, getting us a sense of what may happen within the Asin North area when the elections takes place tomorrow. We understand that the Inspector General of Police is within the area meeting leadership of the political parties, and we'll be getting to that area for you, getting you the very latest of what transpired. If there is a briefing from the IGP himself and the Electoral Commission, as we understand, we'll get you updates. But there's also a research just coming through pointing to the fact that the New Patriotic Party's candidate appears to be taking a slight lead, but still with some 6% of voter population undecided on what they may do next. And given the close gap between James Kwesing and, of course, Charles Opoku, it is likely that this will be a tough contest. And let me pick up your thoughts on that, Musa Dankwa. The possibility of a tie, is that likely?
No, you don't have a tie in commonly in the parliamentary elections. One vote can get you the seat.
Yeah, but you don't see that happening.
MPs in the past. No.
Yeah, because
there won't be a tie.
Looking at the fact that people are undecided, so if we were to split the 6% amongst the two main political parties
in the middle,
yes, what will happen then? And we have, those supporting the smaller parties deciding to opt for James Kwesing. That will be a split, isn't it? Musa, are you with us? And so Musa is just trying to give us a further breakdown on their findings, and also the question about the possibility of having a tie. He's ruling that out, and the NDC and the MPP still at least have some time, because we understand that in spite of the convention of having the political parties tone down on their campaigning, they're still doing that. And Musa, let's get to that aspect, the type of campaign that we're seeing, the fact that it keeps changing, the format and the strategy of the political parties to keep changing over the period. These may be the defining moments of the elections. And if there's any one factor that will change things, it will be about the campaigning, the level of campaigning going on now. You agree that your research ended at some point. Is there a possibility that if the political parties do further work, i.e. campaigning, things may change in the next 24 hours in the favor of the parties?
Well, it's very possible. When it comes to elections, the turnout is quite key. How you are able to drive out the vote is very important. In particular, if your voters are younger voters, you need to make sure that they come out to vote. If they don't, you will be in big trouble. And for this particular race, you can see that Charles Opoku is backed by younger voters, whereas J.G. Kwesing by older voters. Who will come out to vote tomorrow? Only God knows. We'll wait to see.
The rhetoric about the possibility of James Kwesing going to jail, did that come up in your findings? Yes,
we did ask. In fact, we asked this question specifically for people who were voting for Charles, whether their decision to vote for Charles has been influenced by the threat of jailing J.G. Kwesing. And 47% of Charles' supporters who were intending to vote for Charles said that they were influenced by that. And that's quite a huge percentage to say that they were voting for Charles because they feared that their MP could land himself in jail. So they want to avoid that tragedy.
And we're not having sympathy, on the other hand, for James J.G. Kwesing?
There were those that have sympathy for J.G. Kwesing, but we're particularly looking to see those who are actually voting for Charles. Whether that was the key, because general people say, yes, I'll vote for Kwesing because of the intimidation. But we were focusing on knowing those who are actually voting for Charles, that is purely based on the threat of court jail or jail term.
Okay, if anyone is asking the question even about the integrity of your findings, how much can you go? To what extent can you go in defending these findings? Because mind you, and we've had that concern even from some leading figures within the New Patriotic Party. You've heard from, for instance, the former Agric Minister raised concerns about polls and how they may not be reflective of the reality within a particular contest. Why should we believe what it is that you've done within the Asin North area as a precursor to the elections tomorrow? Okay, we'll get Musa Dankwa for you shortly. We'll also be taking you to the constituency where, of course, the General Secretary of the party, Fifi Fiawikwete, will be making some comments shortly on this elections. The meeting with the Inspector General of Police has just ended. The opposition parties raising some concerns. So let's listen to the General Secretary of the Opposition NDC address the press.
Very happy with the meeting called at the instance of the IGP and the police. We expressed a number of, should I call it, reservations. One of those reservations we expressed had to do with whether we are going to have exactly what we had in Kumewu, where every single personnel of the police was identified. Said that we do not have any surprises. We do not have any national security operatives, any vigilantes that are wearing security outfit. We were given an assurance that that will not be the case. That every single person that will appear tomorrow will be wearing will be properly identified with the name properly woven, not a name tag woven, and that for us is very important. We also sought clarity with regard to the use of cameras or mobile phones in the ballot box, and we were given an assurance that that will be enforced according to the law. It's not supposed to be there, and that assurance has been given as well. Generally, I would say we at the level of the NDC pledge 100% commitment to ensuring that peace. We actually stated unequivocally that not from our side would there be any instance of anything that will bring violence or lack of cohesion in the place. So that was an assurance we had. We are happy that our friends on the other side also made the same commitment. We hope this will be as genuine as we know ours is. So on the whole, the police gave us 100% assurance that just as we saw in Kumewu, we will see exactly the same level of what you call professionalism on the part of the police for there to be peace, harmony tomorrow, and let the best side win and win fairly. So I would say generally it's been a very good meeting. Thank you. Thank you.
A lot more of the leading figures of the NDC and the NPP are there. You just heard from the General Secretary of the NDC, and we'll be listening shortly to some other leading figures who are still there. Ohiming Teria is my colleague who's been engaging Fifi Fiavikwete and other leading figures of the party. Ohiming, who else have you been speaking to?
Yes, I'm blessed that I spoke to the NPP's national chairman, Stephen Ayesu, his team, on what the NPP intends doing with a roadmap, a spell-out with the IGP, the Electoral Commission, and all the political parties. We can take a listen to him.
You met today with the IGP and then your opponents. What was the discussion all about, and what is the outcome now?
It's all about tomorrow's by-election in Asin North, and centered on the role of the political parties versus the role of the Electoral Commission to ensure that there will be smooth running of the elections tomorrow. That's, if you ask me, then that's a direct answer that I can give you.
Your main opponents, the NDC, is pledging their support to ensure 100% support to ensure that police provide security and it will be incident-free. What about the NPP?
Yeah, I will endorse the same stand put up by the NDC. I think we are even stronger in that terms because we are going to win tomorrow. Therefore, it will be in our interest to ensure that electoral rules and regulations are allowed to operate tomorrow. What's the point in putting sand into your gari? We are going to enjoy it tomorrow. So that's the stance of the MPP.
One of the decisions taken was that there will not be firearms allowed at any police station. And by extension, ministers, MPs should not come there with their bodyguards. Is that a directive you equally endorse?
Well, I don't recall that they said they shouldn't come with their bodyguards, but they shouldn't be armed. That's what I heard. And I endorse it.
The issue of macho men being deployed, did that come up, and what is the firm decision that has been?
That did not come up for discussion, but I think it's a good topic. You were there, you could have, maybe you were not given the opportunity, otherwise you should have also raised that issue.
Yes, but of course, on your side, what is the pledge?
election like we did in Kumawu, I see no ands, ifs and buts as far as the result of the election tomorrow. We have worked hard, our government has worked hard, and we are going to carry it.
So, Chairman, does it mean that the party security will not be at work tomorrow?
I think that question should... Does what mean? You said, does it mean? What does it mean?
When you say you are giving your 100% pledge, does it mean that MPP, we are not going to see party security of MPP at work at the polling station?
We are talking about the support of the voters to win. That's what I meant by giving you assurance that we are going to carry the day tomorrow. So it's not about macho men, no.
I'm not talking about macho men. I mean party security. Are we going to see party security working alongside police come tomorrow from MPP?
Yeah, we have a full pledge to that. We are going to work in tandem with the police and all other security agencies that will be present at the election grounds.
Very finally, you talk about being very confident of victory. What gives you that assurance? You speak with confidence.
Our government has delivered. The president has delivered. And we have campaigned very effectively. So I see no reason why there should be surprises tomorrow as to the MPP carrying the day. We are going to win. NDC was given the chance to run the constituency. They messed up with lies and all that, and the people have lost confidence in them. They were exposed. Somebody who was not permitted by law to contest here, they condoned and connived with him to contest, and he became the MP. So we are here to right the wrong.
John, you had a very successful rally yesterday, finally.
Yes.
If I don't give you the...
Well, so that's it from Mr. Ntim, who happens to be the chairperson of the New Patriotic Party. You also heard from Fifi Fiavikweche. So the battle line is drawn. We're yet to hear from the Ghana Police Service and the IGP failing to make a comment as of now. We understand that the arrangement is the Electoral Commission, whom the police will address the press in a few hours from now. We'll keep our eyes on that for you. I mean, for the past 24 hours, the political landscape in Asin North has been ablaze with the governing New Patriotic Party and its main contender, the NDC, storming one community after the other, of course, unleashing captivating messages in that attempt to woo voters to secure their support. This high-stakes showdown has never been witnessed before, and we're seeing the increasing rhetoric, explosive accusations, and also a promise as both political parties vie for the supremacy tomorrow. But amidst the tense atmosphere, the burning question remains: do these electrifying political rallies hold any sort of significance? Can they truly sway the minds of the electorate and leave the indelible impact on the upcoming elections? That's the question we're asking, and we'll definitely be taking you live to the heart of the constituency as and when matters unfold, and we'll be providing you with some first-hand information here on your election headquarters. But let me bring in Kobe Mensah, who's a political strategist, campaign strategist. He knows much more about issues relating to that. Dr. Kobe Mensah, thank you. Professor Kobe Mensah, I beg your pardon. Thank you for spending some time with us. You're a political marketing expert, so you know, of course, the psychology going into this whole sort of rhetoric that we've seen from the NDC and the NPP. First off, starting with this whole conversation around James Gyakye being a candidate for jail. How much of an impact will that be on the decision of the voters going into the polling tomorrow? Professor Kobe Mensah, if you can hear me, I'm just asking how much of an influence that will be, the rhetoric around James Gyakye being a candidate for jail, and the back and forth between ex-President John Mahama and President Akufo-Addo. They've been having a banter over that, but would that really matter in the decision that will be made tomorrow by the voters?
Well, obviously, I don't think that on the scale of the importance, that's exactly what the voters are actually looking for. Clearly, there's a reason why we go to the vote, because people are concerned about their
Professor Mensah, are you still with us? It appears we're having some challenges connecting to Professor Kobe Mensah, who's a political marketing expert at the University of Ghana Business School. Let me try one more time and see if Prof is still with us. Prof? Okay, you're watching Your Pulse. We'll be right back.
With the EcoBank salary account, you will enjoy free life insurance, free debit card, save while you spend, and an amazing chance to double your salary, and even more consolation rewards in the EcoBank double salary promo reloaded.
Guy, this EcoBank salary account sounds interesting. What do you think?
Yeah. But maybe next time, Charlie, you know what? I'll go shine my shoe.
Yo, myself, I'll go check my BP.
We going up, never go down, and we stay fly.
Chairman, see the white sign it here.
Who be late?
Open an EcoBank salary account today for a lifetime of benefits. You also stand a chance to win more than double your salary in the EcoBank Double Salary Promo Reloaded from now till July 31st. Terms and conditions apply.
And job life regardless.
This promo is under the supervision of the National Lotteries Authority under the Caritas Lottery Platform.
For crystal clear and thrilling podcasts and live shows, download and listen to us on Apple, Spotify, TuneIn, Google Podcasts, MyJoy Online, Amazon services like Echo, Amazon Music, and Audible, Stitcher, Adom Online, Overcast, and Pandora. Take note of everything. Sign up for the multimedia digital platforms now to stay updated.
Daddy, this tank is big.
Yes, that's true.
It can store a lot of water.
That's so true.
Wow, it has a working tortoise on it.
That's so true.
I can see SINTEX. Syntax.
That is so true, my daughter.
When it falls down, it will spoil.
That's not true.
But why?
Hey! Syntex was the first to introduce double-layer tanks in Ghana. Syntex again was the first to introduce white inner layers in Ghana. Syntex gives you the biggest warranty, 7 years. No matter your water need, Syntex is the answer. Syntex tank. Are you strong? Are you tough?
And starting this June on Joy News, we connect you to the rest of the continent on Connect Africa with Blessed Suga, the issue about loss and damage reparations. How is the West receiving such a call from especially African leaders?
You know, the losses are actually being borne by African countries.
I will be here live from the Joy News studio speaking to our affiliates and correspondents from across Africa with news, analysis, interviews and conversations from the rest of the continent.
If you look at successive opinion polls, Peter Obi seems to be leading. So the question is, if the insecurity causes a low voter turnout, would it impact on the fortunes of the candidate?
Join us on Connect Africa on the Joy News channel.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Joy News Desk. My name is Aisha Bank.
Let me tell you, this is not a small job at all.
What can you report from the Fana community?
We are still sounding the alarm for people who are hiding to know that help has come.
The board is supposed to be meeting this morning to deliberate on this nominee.
Yes, this problem has been recurring over time.
The people have invested the fruits of their excellence, and you want to throw it away because you think you can. No, it's not lawful for him to do it, period.
What's the basis that these financial assurances will be giving latest today?
If you follow
what had transpired over the week. We got the information when the president addressed the May Day celebration, indicating that China is going to come on board.
Apologies for losing out Jim Professor Kobe Mens. I will definitely get back to him. But we're also fortunate to be joined now by pollster Ben Efson, who is joining us. Thank you, Mr. Efson, for your time. Of course, race is still on within the Asin North area. The research we have coming through from Global Info Analytics is pointing out that the NPP's candidates appear to be taking a slight lead. That's not too significant to determine what the outcome may be, according to the researchers. But it's also pointing to some predictions you've made in the past that the contest may not be as easy as we thought for James Jachi Kwesen. Why is this happening, by the way?
Oh, I thought yes, it will be a close contest, but if you are to bet your last 100 cities, I think that you can bet it on MPP's Opoku to win. You know, the Asin North constituency is a swing constituency. In 2012, the NDC won presidential parliamentary. In 2016, the MPP won presidential and parliamentary. And then in 2020, the NPP took the presidential, the NDC took the parliamentary. Now, when the question thing came up, we went to the grounds to check, and the reasons why the MPP candidate lost, the lady who won in 2016, she comes from Asin Fosu and had issues with some of the NPP people in Asin Breku, where Christian comes from. Now, she's not contesting this time. The two people who are contesting, NDC's Christian and MPP's Opoku, both of them come from Asin Breku. Two, Christian had a bit of sympathy votes from within some of the swing voters, but the swing voters seem to be angry now. Now that some of the leaders of the MPP have said that in 2012 and 2016, Kwesi was disqualified for the same reason that he's in trouble now, that he had not renounced his Canadian citizenship. And for those swing voters, they think that the NDC needs to pay a price. Now, Opoku, the MPP candidates, I think seems to have been preparing himself for some political role, because over the last 4-5 years, he's had an NGO who have been doing good for paying school fees and helping them. So clearly, I think that based on this, if you have to pick a winner from this close contest, I will pick Opoku. And what makes it interesting, my brother, is that the NDC's presidential candidate had been a bit reckless in the run-up, because he has said that the results of the Asin North will be a reflection of how well the MPP government has performed. What if the MPP wins tomorrow? Can he, between now and 2024, criticize the MPP for non-performance?
Interesting questions there. How about the history of the place itself, the continuous argument as to whether or not this is a swing region or a swing constituency or otherwise. So what's your reflection on the political history of this place?
Please come again.
What's your personal reflection on the political history of this place? The conversation is up as to whether it's a swing area or it's always been for the NDC or the NPP. What's your recollection?
Oh, I think that clearly you cannot say is the backyard of any of the two big parties. One of the reasons the lady lost, if you realize, the lady didn't even contest in the MPP primaries to select the candidate. He had issues with the MP, so there was cat and blood voting. They didn't vote for her at all, and he didn't contest. So it's between two people who are from Asim Breku. The MPP is fortunate to have a formidable candidate who won in 2016 but lost in 2020, who has taken Opoku round Asim Fosu. This gives Opoku an advantage over Kwesi. Now, the Opoku guy has his own goodwill, especially in Asim Breku, and that, I think, will give him the edge tomorrow.
Wow. The conversation around the future of James Jachikwasin, do you feel that really should matter?
Oh, I think that, you see, the NDC initially tried to play a political game with it. That, that whenever there is a by-election, goodies come. Monies come, roads are repaired, and so on. So you vote for Kwesi, he goes to jail, there's another by-election. Now, unfortunately for the NDC, the court giving Kwesi the opportunity to go back, because the original ruling would have prevented Kwesi from campaigning and would have fed into that misinformation. Now that the court has given Kwesi the leeway to campaign, the court case starts on July 4th. That sympathy that Kwesi would have gotten has vanished, clearly. And that is the problem that the NDC's Kwesi is going to face tomorrow. I'll be very surprised if he wins.
The president was in the area over the weekend. Would that make any difference?
Oh, I don't think so. I don't think so. Quite a number of the swing voters are angry with the NDC, especially when it came out that he had been disqualified as far back as 2012, 2016 for the same reason of the non-renunciation of his Canadian citizenship. So quite a number of the swing voters are angry at the NDC as a party.
Okay, we're still watching. We do not know what the outcome will be. But finally, before I let you go, if James Jachikwasin wins the seat, do you see him holding on to the seat for a long time?
Oh, I think that if he wins, one thing is clear. I think that if 6 months before elections, he's convicted, for example, I'm sure that the NDC has a good legal team which will stretch the trial. If, for example, he's convicted, they will appeal. They could do a lot of things that if he's finally convicted, he exhausts all the appeal processes, and he's convicted finally 6 months to vote, that is around June 2024, there will be no by-election. You understand? So the MPP, you see, the NDC needs this for two reasons: the balance in parliament and the propaganda rights that they'll be able to use. I mean, with Muhammad firing the shot that it's a risky shot he has fired, that is going to sum up the
national
whether
elections.
The NPP government has done well or not. So if NDC wins, that is going to be their mantra. That is going to the other side. If NPP wins, then this is in trouble.
Okay, we'll keep watching the space. Benefsin, thank you for spending some time with us here on the Pulse. I want to bring in our Richard Kujonyako, who is a man watching the space for us, because we understand the opposition National Democratic Congress will be holding a news conference any moment from now. Richard, what's the reason accounting for this? The NBC holding a news conference just after meeting with the IGP? What's going on? Holding a news conference just after meeting with the IGP. What's going on? Richard, if you can hear me, I'm just asking what's going on and why is the NDC set to hold this news conference?
Also, it's also news to us. We are looking forward to this news conference. It's just set up, but they are looking forward to the person who will be addressing the press. But this news conference was scheduled for 12 noon, but we waited. It's getting to 4 p.m. and there is no news about it. In fact, all the media houses are here. But we are currently at St. Andrews Senior High School, the camp that the NDC has picked, and we are here with them. We are looking at what is happening, the by-election is, what exactly the NDC is doing, the strategy they are also bringing up as far as this election is concerned. In fact, today was also supposed to be for the election. Let me speak with, hello, welcome to join you. Good afternoon.
What kind of
good afternoon. Good afternoon. We find you here and we want to have a big chat with you. How is the campaign going generally?
Good.
Where have you been? You've been campaigning to support the education.
Yes.
Yeah. So what are the issues that are coming up? You think that you will win?
You must win. I mean, we won the last time with over 3,000 votes. There's no reason why to lose. Unless there's ayahuasca kind of thing that will go on.
But the dynamics there,
ayahuasca, there's perhaps, I don't know.
The dynamics may have changed. Don't you think so?
What's to change? I mean, the fact that he wasn't there allowed to start chamber doesn't mean that he wasn't working on the ground. My understanding from the people is that he's still with them and they love it.
In 3 years, 3 things that he won, a lot of things have happened in this place.
2.5 years.
2.5 years. A lot of things have happened in this place. Well, it's obviously changed. He's not, I mean, the legal issues, the legal issues have obviously kept him busy in the constituency and all of them. Don't you think that it should be a factor?
Why should it be? I mean, those who were using the legal thing, they know what they were doing. It's no secret. I think that people still think that we are so today. And you can't take anybody no more. They said, what did they say? That this song says that you can fool some of the people from the time and still fool the people all over time. And so, look, we can be twisting people's arms and all these shenanigans.
Right, he says, I'm twisting here.
You do too, that's why you asked a question.
Oh, but
you brought it up.
So thank you very much. So she senses there is some kind of arm twisting in the case of the education. But we are all here, the place is very busy. There's been some kind of movement. Can I speak with me? No one can say kaka. Now, your first thing. Now, opening. Now, sir, I had your accent, but no, it's more than being brought. I had your baby. That's the end of your over to be there. Then I show in crying, say, and it's the kid to know about it. Move the people. In the Mao money, the man for me. What group of you are using there? Now, so I remember a people of me, and me, I did the man of our no.
Hola, ¿es tu hijo el que se atreve a treparse al árbol más alto? El que siempre se arriesga a intentar cosas nuevas. Entonces, Capitanes del Futuro es para ti. Un programa gratuito de liderazgo para jóvenes hispanos patrocinado por la MLS y P&G. Inscríbelo ya en capitanesdelfuturo.org y haz de tu hijo un capitán. Recuerda, estamos hablando de nuestros hijos, del futuro de América.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep. And a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements. Learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better. Night after night. Sleep next level. Only from Sleep Number.
The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is now only $8.99, plus special financing. Ends Monday. See store for details.
To my newborn baby boy, the day you arrived was one of the happiest days of my life. Right up there with the day I bought my RV from that guy on the internet and insured it with Progressive. What a deal. Just know, son, I'll always be here for you. And by here, I mean in the middle of absolutely nowhere. In my RV.
Protect your baby with an RV policy from Progressive. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you could save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Oh, yeah, and then LGBT, some of them by election. You're with the enemy. Or injection, what do you mean? Now, I woman in the them and some Urbana, and others what to was my MPP in an LGBT wing for this one. On a letter of I need to. I will be saying what's going to win after the camp. You would there. Not Jimbua, then my Martin, or whatever. My ideas, able to see how okay, so this gentleman who comes from the Esikuma or the Bin Brafa is here to support the campaign of George Ashikason. He also feels that there is some kind of intimidation, arm twisting, and the fact that the economy is doing not run well, and the president is likely to introduce the LGBT law into this country, and they'll be promoting that. And so, based on that, he feels that George Ashikason should win in this country.
All right. In fact, and we'll definitely be getting back to you, Richard, because we're looking forward to that press briefing by the Opposition National Democratic Congress. A good time now to bring in Reverend Degbe, who's the co-chair of the Coalition of Domestic Election Observers. Richard, we'll get back to you shortly. Ready yourself as we await that conference by the NDC. Reverend Degbe, thank you for spending some time with us. Codeo is deploying monitors. I'm sure that you're beginning to pick signals about what is likely to happen tomorrow, given the atmosphere that you're sensing. Just gone by, I was a member of parliament, Ketcha South MP, alleging that what happened in the Ayaso West Wugon, and there are signals that that is likely to surface tomorrow. It's something we're not praying for, are you?
No, we're certainly not praying for it. We think both, I mean, the political parties, sometimes they try to stoke the fire. There's a lot of activity there, obviously, and everybody is trying to say what they want to say, to do what they want to do. We are there, hoping, praying, and watching. We expect a very good election tomorrow, a very competitive but a good election tomorrow. Nobody is wishing for Ayaso West Wugon tomorrow.
What sort of interventions did you make ahead of tomorrow's crucial contest, i.e. talking to the political parties, engaging the electorate? What more did you do?
Basically, as observers, we are almost neutral, just watching what is going on. So our role is not to engage anybody at this point of the game, just to ensure that there's free, fair, transparent, and credible election. So these are the pre-election movements and signals that we are watching to be sure of where we place the emphasis, the D-Day, which is tomorrow. So we are watching, and we can see all the liveliness that is going on in the constituency.
The processes leading to any election is very crucial in maintaining peace and order post-elections. What are the initial findings that you've picked up? Would you say that we're set, everything is calm ahead of tomorrow's contest?
As far as elections go, we think we are set. We will know really what happens when tomorrow, when the bell rings for it to start. But so far, what we see is what we expect. That there will be activity. It's a critical seat. It's a decider, and there are so many things happening. As we just saw, people who even literally have nothing to do in that constituency have come over there. So we know the security forces are watching. Everybody is keeping their fingers crossed to be sure that those who are voting are those who are authorized and registered to vote in that constituency. So we are watching.
Right. I need to put this to you because of how it's been running ever since the electoral process started. As a rumor, we're getting some sense that electorates are equally rating that in the polls released by Global Info Analytics, that the fact that vote buying appears to be taking center stage. Did you also pick that up as domestic observers?
We have not received that report from our observers yet. It may come in the letter release, but as at now, we have not picked that signal. I will not confirm or deny it, but just that we don't have that data yet. Certainly, if there's something we pick up, we'll bring it up.
I'm asking the question because of how, in previous elections, as Cordell, you've raised concerns about the tendency of vote buying and the fact that it diminishes the quality of any election at all. That's why I'm putting that to you, sir.
Yes, we see it all the time. I mean, it's flagrant now. They do it all the time. So that's what I'm saying, that as at now, we have not picked up that report. When it comes, you see, because we must be able to substantiate what we say. So we have to get our data, if it's a film, a clip or something, to be able to substantiate it. So our observers are on the ground. They will give us timely reports. And when that comes up, certainly we'll let the world know.
The two main political parties, the NDC and the NPP, signed an accord about a year or two ago with the National Peace Council. And the aim is to prevent the use of, internal security mechanisms or detail or personnel. The NPP chairman today was not categorical in telling my colleague that, well, we may not deploy our men. He says, partly, they may have to rely on their internal security arrangement. How much of an allowance should we make for these sort of arrangements where the political parties may want to use their men somewhat?
See, it's unfortunate when we talk like that, or when we do not think that our national security forces that are supposed to be neutral can protect us. So that's why you're not getting any guarantee from these players. We hope that they're just talking and they'll give the security forces a chance to be sure that there's a free, fair, credible election. After all, this is only one. So it should not overwhelm our security forces. This is not a big national security. This is not a big national election where our security forces may be stretched. It's just one area. And we believe that the parties should just pipe down and hope and trust that the national security forces, those who are authorized to do this, keep an eye and maintain the peace for all of us to see what can happen and see it happen very well.
The rhetoric from the ex and the current president of the Republic, we've heard from Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and we've also heard from John Dramani Mahama. Do you feel that they are stoking too much tension ahead of the contest tomorrow?
Well, we all know what is at stake. Hang Parliament and one seat to be a decider. So what they are saying as politicians, you see, sometimes they say things that favor those who are listening to them, those who are voting for them. It's regrettable, but you see them doing these kind of things up and down because they are making appeals to their own constituencies. So we can expect some of that. But they also have turned out to tell us that fear delegates. So you can never tell what the delegates will do when the time comes, when they get into that ballot box.
To speak to this group of people that we need to fear, what message would you leave with the constituents and electorate in the Asin North area?
Vote what you believe to be the truth. The ones who bring you progress. The one who is the lawmaker, your choice. Don't sell your vote. Don't be bought. Listen to their messages and wait. When you go there, do what you think you are convinced to do. Then you can live with yourself. Because after all, we should live with ourselves, have faith in our convictions, and do what we think is right for the country.
Right. encouraging message there. Reverend Fred Debian, thank you for spending some time with us here on The Pulse. And we are your election headquarters, bringing you a 360 coverage of all that's happening ahead. And on the election day, we'll definitely bring you updates from Asin North. There's also another warning this afternoon because gas and petrol shortage is likely to hit the capital in the next 72 hours if your tanker drivers do not call off their strike. That's a warning from the Liquefied Petroleum Gas Marketers Association of Ghana. The tanker drivers have withdrawn their services in protest of the deplorable nature of roads in Tema, Tadi, Wipe, and also Kumasi. The drivers say that they will not return to work until they see physical work on all 4 loading points in the country. So let's hear from Alabi Sunday, who's the Vice Chair of the Tanker Drivers Association. Thank you for joining us. Not a good time to be having a surge in petroleum prices. You know it's not a good time when we talk generally about the economy. So why take that decision, though? Mr. Alabi, you'd have to unmute so I can hear the points you're sharing with us.
Yeah.
Yes, I can hear you now.
I said, if you are not cautious, if it's there will be a disaster in Tema. And we don't want that to happen. So we are just safeguarding the country. That's why we decided on strike. Because in 2017, we met with the president and he asked the road minister to sit to the road. And he refused. We wrote several letters to him, but to no avail. In 2021, the companies around that enclave decided to come together and meet with the MCE, let him know that they want to raise funds so that they can at least do something about the road. The MCE asked them to bring the money to the assembly, and they said, no, they cannot do that. 2021, we said, okay, they told us there's no money. We said, if that's the case, we make it motorable for our drivers, but they refused. All the depots in Tema, their pipelines are connected together. So if one depot should go through fire right now, the whole Tema will get burnt. And as we speak, we don't have any fire tender that can contain that fire when it starts. So we don't want it to get to that level. That is why we said, no, let's put our tools down. Let them fix the road before we can apply those rules.
Okay, for an average person who's listening to us now, I may not know about the technicalities of how the bad road could spark fire. Are you able to paint that picture to us? How's that likely to happen?
Okay, when there's an accident or there's a rollover on the road, when there is spillage and it attracts fire, it gets into the depots. Along the stretch, there are pipelines along the stretch. So we don't want it to get to that stage. We need to prevent it. In safety, we say prevention is the key. So we want to prevent it from even for us to react to it. We want to be proactive than being reactive. It's better to be proactive than to be reactive. That's what we are doing.
But this is the same stretch you've been using for years, isn't it?
Yes, but this time around, it's worse. It is worse. The tractor that's connecting the ball, the fifth wheel is just a small pin. They are gullies. It can remove at any given time. That is why we said this time around, the trucks cannot even pass in the road anymore. They are using the shoulders of the road, which is bad.
Okay, here's the case. The demand you're making now is for the roads to be fixed. If government will have to do that, that cannot be done now. I mean, technically speaking. Yes. So what's going to be the alternative then? If government comes in and says, well, we'll do the roads, are you withdrawing your services until everything is done? Is that what you're telling us?
If they bring the contractor on the road, we see that the construction has begun, then that one, we can go back to work.
Yes, but which network will you use? Which road network will you use?
We will not use any road network. We will use the same road network.
Really? The same network you're complaining about?
Yes. It can be fixed. This thing can be fixed in 3 days. We don't want it to be asphalted right now, but let them level it. Then they'll give us one side of the road, as the contractors used to do the road all the time. When they are constructing the road, they'll make an access way for us to use for the meantime. Then they complete the rest.
Okay, what sort of reaction are you getting from leadership and also the local authorities there?
Yes, we had a call that they want to meet us to sit down and discuss with us. But that will be tomorrow.
If the meeting does not go in your favor, what would that mean?
We pray that it doesn't reach that level, because if it doesn't go in our favor, we are not applying the road. Because it's not about Tema alone. Kumasi is there, Takrade is there. And then I know very well that the revenue collected in Ghana, about 50% comes from this fuel, these depots. So I don't know why they don't want to repair the road for us. I don't know. The quantum of taxes these people pay to the government, I don't understand. Because we know that if you have a private car and a commercial car, and then the two of them have problem, you fix the commercial one so that he will go to work and bring money to fix the private car. But what we are seeing in this country, they are fixing the private roads and leaving the commercial roads where we get the money to do things in Ghana.
What message do you have for the president?
We are just appealing to the president to come to our aid to fix the road for us. I don't know why he has told the minister from 2017 till now. He has not even come himself to come and look at the state of the road. Not at all.
Okay, let's see what then happens. Alabi Sunday, Vice Chair of the Tanker Drivers Association. Thank you.
Thank you.
That story, he suffered severe burns as a child during the June 3 disaster 8 years ago, but now a 20-year-old begging to survive. Well, that's the story of Solomon Akrego. He says his completely disfigured face has complicated his woes as he's unable to stay outside on a hot day. He actually fears that marriage will even be a problem because of the stigma he experiences daily on the streets. Here are excerpts of Maxwell Agbagba's report as we continue our Floods of Trauma series.
It is the evening of June 3, 2015. Flood water has displaced fuel from the storage tank underground at the fuel station at Circle. What we know is that a cigarette butt was dropped on the water, triggering a big explosion and a huge fireball that turned the skies orange. The flames continued to burn. Solomon Akrego was just 12 years old, sitting in a room nearby. He suffered severe burns on his face. It completely disfigured him. Eight years later, on a Monday morning, I meet Solomon at East Legon doing what he does every day, begging for alms. That is his only means of survival. He used to sell air freshness but lost his capital when a friend stole his wares. Begging on the streets of East Legon is very difficult for him. Sometimes he gets nothing even after begging the whole day. He says some drivers do not want to see him close to their cars because of his disfigured face. He tells me about an incident where a man asked him to remove the mask he was wearing and stop begging on the streets.
I only get food to eat when I go to the traffic light to beg for money. Many people do not give me money there. Some of them sack me when I get closer to their cars. Some of them think I am wearing a mask. A man once told me to go and look for a job and stop wearing the mask. A lot of people tell me that. I am really suffering here. The hardship is real. I am always scared when it starts raining because I am homeless. I always sleep in front of shops because I do not have a place I call my home.
Solomon's parents separated after the fire destroyed their house at Seko. He fears no woman will be attracted to him because of his disfigured face. He says marriage will be difficult because no woman is attracted to him.
I really need the surgery because I am experiencing a lot of stigmatization. People do not want me closer to them because of my disfigured face. That's why I need the surgery. Because that will also help me get a woman to marry later in life. For now, no woman wants me. Even the drivers in cars find it difficult to give me money. Nobody wants me around. When the sun is out and hot and the light hits my face, it's really painful. That's why I need help. I can't touch it because blood will start oozing from my face if I do. So I go and hide in the shade until it's evening.
He's pleading for a job as a tiler and is also begging for assistance for plastic surgery. There are many Solomons out there who are living the trauma of the June 3 floods. Victims of the disaster, including Solomon, are yet to be compensated. Last year, the One Ghana movement reminded the government to do so. Yes, a member, Senyo Husi.
As expected, authorities trooped in to this very space and on the streets, promising, as usual, to bring perpetrators to book. 7 years on, no one has been held accountable for this very avoidable disaster. The government of the day and the government today have all but paid lip service to justice, accountability, and commensurate compensation for victims.
The One Ghana movement has since 2017 been pursuing justice for the persons affected. One of their lawyers, Samson Ladi Anyenini, led the matter in court in 2018. The case is still pending. He says it has been a very slow process.
Because there have been what we call interlocutory processes in the course. But just very recently, we seem to have cleared some of the hurdles. So actually, we're in court, this week. Apart from the plaintiffs that were mobilized by One Ghana movement, we know, as a matter of fact, later, as we discovered, that there were many more who were affected who are not part of the suit in court. Some had left to their villages, some had left to their hometowns, various places. It's unfortunate that the law has a limitation period within which you can take a suit, and in excess of 5 years you don't have that opportunity. But I believe that even for those who are in court, the state could look at this more carefully and see what could be done to everybody. For as long as there will be evidence to show that somebody is suffering as a result of what happened. I think that the state could look at being the father for all kind of things.
Many continue to live through these dangerous floods of trauma, and others are scarred for life. Maxwell Awagba, Joy News.
And now prices of ruminants, especially ram and cattle, have increased more than 50% in Accra. Barely 48 hours, the Eid celebration sellers are relying mainly on stocks from outside the country, especially Nigeria and Chad, due to the ban on movements of livestock from the Upper East region as a result of the anthrax outbreak. Buying in foreign currency has translated into additional costs that have been passed on to the consumers. My colleague James Aveji visited the livestock market here in Veno this morning and brings us more.
So this is the Aveno Animal Market here in Accra, and ahead of the Eid-ul-Adha on Wednesday, we are here to see how things are ongoing in the market, especially in the face of the ban on ruminants coming from the northern side of Ghana. We know the anthrax disease, as we are told, have killed about 99 cattle already, and vaccination is ongoing. A collaboration between the Ghana Health Service as well as the veterinary services to get as much animals vaccinated before the Eid-ul-Adha hits its peak. Now this morning, what we are picking up from the sellers here is that the ban on the transporting of this ruminant, especially from the north, is actually having a toll on the prices of the sheep here. We have come here this morning to gauge the mood here at the cattle market here. I think he also wants to speak to the camera, so we can speak to some of the sellers here to actually know why there is a rise in the cost of the rams here and what their expectations are ahead of the Eid-ul-Adha on Wednesday.
The market is slow. We don't see anything yet. It's like Wednesday, but we don't see anything. Right now, they did not start buying yet. But the goods, they've cost.
Why then cost?
We don't know. Right now, they talk to people about, we don't know. They've cost too much.
They say some disease come the north, anthrax, where they kill the sheep, goat and cows. You hear about that?
Oh, that one we fear, but I didn't see it. Me myself, I fear it, but I didn't see it yet.
But you buy from the north?
No. We've buy it before they've locked the distance. So right now, you can't buy sheep from north. You can't buy sheep from north.
They say they close they know they bring from north again.
No, they know they bring from north again. They've closed the market. If you buy, you know go free bring it. Yeah. North said they should not kill. I fear that, but I don't know it is true or it is not true.
So if you buy new sheep or cattle, where did they bring them from?
Right now, it be only the Burkina people where did they come. Those I know that is the Burkina people that they come, but we don't see from north Bolaga to Boku to this. You can't bring goods from Boku to here. No.
Sabiu is one of those who are trading in sheep here, especially rams, at the Aveno market here. Let's have an interaction with him on how the market has been so far. Boss, how market day now?
Oh, the market is slow. Now the market, be the seller like this, no. Unless the seller left 2 days or 3 days. But this one be the morning. They don't know how to be market day, Monday too. Monday, Ghana, Monday be slow. Yeah. That's why I don't know the market inside. But the animals come. But this, the way the people talk about the animal with north, they be liar. See, they be liar. If be liar means what? Now the ram the year,
You mean say the disease way then say they kill the cattle?
Who see it? Who show the calendar? Who show the picture?
The veterinary people say that they die, so they vaccinate them.
But I don't know the side. Me and Boku. Before today, 8 days I come here. But I dey here always. And they rent the animals. This one too, will be there, this one. The day they lock, I bring this one before the lock. The okay. Now, if you look say the Baku, the chop some Alman there, the people die. Then now the people enter with Burkina come here, and the people bring Nigeria come. The people bring Cote d'Ivoire come here. How now do they can do now?
You say right now, it be their way that they bring the cattle.
Yes, sir.
I see.
Yeah. They bring from Burkina, they bring from Cote d'Ivoire, and they bring from Nigeria.
Those who they bring from Burkina and Ivory Coast, they know they pass through the north.
They pass through enough.
But I say them
Baku people say the Baku people never come. Why the people come enter? The French people come enter. The youth have the Ghana man, you know, if you enter.
But we hear say 99 cattle die because of the disease.
After the dying, it be like that. That means they die. You know, see, it be the time it be brief like this, you know, like me like this, you know, for a year. This year, my this around the ram are there, eight die. But that one it be broad, it not be anything. Dying it be like that. Like me and you talk, no. If you dying, can we go? It be like that.
So you don't believe that it's because of?
I no believe.
I see.
I no believe.
How is the ban on they bringing the sheep, the ram, and the cattle here? How they affect price?
The affect price for no.
Price they go up.
No, the price it be that you know see sheep like this no. Ghana you no get sheep. The sheep it be less a cross. The cross have no. Ghana money no the cross. Okay. For the countries no Ghana money no the cross. Unless you king the money. That's why they compare the sheep. They compared about the dollar and the safer. If the safer, yeah. If the dollar they down, the dollar and safer now be combined. If the dollar they down, the safer too, it they down. Okay. If the dollar they top, the safer too they top. That's why the animal now, no. If you see the cost, because of the dollar go top.
I see.
Yeah.
So anytime the dollar goes up, it affects the prices too.
Yeah. This one too they go up.
About 1 month ago, how much do you sell this one?
By 1 month ago, that time, if you like 5,000, you can figure this one. Okay. But now,
1,000 Ghana cedis.
But now, now you don't figure this one fast.
So if I won't buy this one today, how much you go sell?
This one will be 8,500.
That's more than half of the price.
Yes, sir.
Why?
Yeah. It be that you know, see now. Like as they it be like 10 people or this market. But then now it be the salad time. The people come more. Okay. People that come on, everybody want to buy. That's why the price go to apply.
This the only sizes they sell.
It be the big size. I get any man, no man. Starting 2,500.
That's the least you can get.
At least I can get. My brothers we get like 1,000. Like this one like 1,500. Go 2 days. And less 2,500, 3,000, and go to 10,000.
10,000 cedis for this the ram.
Yeah.
So since you know they believe say the disease day, we then close the border. What you go talk government or those who close the border?
I don't know how to say with this one. They go back them. They don't say they talk say they don't rebate. But anything for Ghana here it be illegal. Illegal for what? The cars have a follow come. The bus a follow come. In the car inside almost day. Wow. The customer day on the road. The migration day on the road. Police day on the road. Why they don't cut them?
Means say even as them close the border say make anything come out the upper is people still they carry
the car come the car enter come the animal they 32 with that car.
What kind of car is that?
The VIP.
32 animals.
Yes. Wow. The Ghana like this if you no get strong you no get but the Ghana
this one where the bet price will be 8,500.
8,500.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one.
Like this one the medium one no. This one medium one, the two, no, it be 1,000, 6,006. This one to 2,004. And the other one's 2,009, 1,009. Yeah. We also get it be sizes by sizes. We also get this one 2,007. 3,002. Yeah. This one is 4,000. Also about this one 6,005. So about this one 5,000. Yeah. Follow about this group is 7,005. By this one 9,005. Yeah.
Wow. Me I get cows here, like 15,000.
15,000.
Yeah. I get cow here 25,000. They year no. They year if it's year and they feel. If you cut a picture, some day yourself.
So the sheep, the ram, is between 1,005 and then 8,500, and the goats are between what?
The goat, less goat they take 750 going to 5,000.
750 to 5,000 cities.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is another side of Aveno. I'm told this part is called Aveno Foyo, and Foyo, as you can see behind me, are cattle. So this is the cattle market. The second cattle market here at Aveno, where you can get all cattle and different prices. We will have an interaction with Mr. Razak on how the market is so far ahead of the Idil Adha celebration on Wednesday. Mr. Razak, thank you so much. Yeah. So I see a lot of cattle here, and I'm thinking we are told that there is a ban on the transportation of cattle from the Upper East region to the southern sector, but we still have a lot of cattle here.
It's not true. They're from Mali, Niger. Here, the one they brought is not from that side, particular place where you are talking about. That place, they tell everybody to not bring any sickler goat here or something like that. We have a union. We are doing something better. We are following the rules to sell the things. Yeah.
So all the cattle here, since they started the ban, none of them has come.
No, they rear them from here. They rear these cattle all from here. Okay. Some of the goats also reared from here. The one who come from far, there are not many. Okay. Yeah, we'll have a place to rear them. Yeah.
So those that come from far, they come from Mali, Burkina Faso,
and Chad.
Mali, Niger, and Chad.
Yeah.
That's a long way.
Yeah, it's so they do.
So what's the difference in prices with those that they bring from those places and those that are real here?
Okay, those that are real here can be 6,005, 7,500, 4,800, 4,900. You can get it. And the cattle also, you can get it 12,000, 15,000, 13,000. Some is about 18,500. Yeah.
18,500. I see. So when we look behind you, for instance, there is one that is actually feeding in the
How
much would that cost?
This one costs about 80 something.
That's over 8,000.
8,000 something, yeah.
I see. Yeah. What's the least price you can get for cattle?
The smallest one is about 7, 8 something. You can't get cattle about 6,000 here.
You can't get cattle 6,000 Ghana.
You can't get it.
From 7,000 upwards. What's the most expensive you can get?
The biggest or the small?
The biggest.
The biggest is about 1 something.
1 something as
1,800, 1,900, 1,400, 1,300, 130.
1,800, that is 18,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
18,000 Ghana cedis.
Yeah.
That's very expensive.
Yeah, it's true.
Why are they so expensive?
No, because the rear and the thing they will give it to them, the food and then everything. Yeah.
Has there been change in prices over the last 1 month?
Well, so that's the situation. But of concern to us is this notion by one of the men in that video there, indicating that he does not believe in the anthrax as declared by the veterinary service. So let's speak to a member of the team who's been working on that, part of the mobilization team of the Ghana Veterinary Services Directorate, Dr. Benjamin Kesisasu. And Doc, thanks for joining us. You've heard some of the individuals there in the video indicate that they do not believe that the virus is real, a reason for which you're blocking or stopping the movement of livestock into the national capital. What message do you have for such persons?
What you guys are listening. The issue of diseases at our base, when that happened, and there are various stakeholders
and going to the animal farm market whereby people are selling, you may have people who may have misconceptions, they have different perceptions about the issues currently. Like COVID, people felt it wasn't true, even with regards to social media being shared videos of people living their lives in other countries. You still have people in the country who still feel it was nothing but it was a fallacy. So it was expected, it's part of our work to come into it. And as it has happened, we need to let the public know that anthrax is real. If one doesn't believe, you could quickly call a relative or friend in this region and they will tell you that they have seen animals which have died out of these cases and they saw the vaccination going on. The truth is that looking at anthrax cases over the years, the northern side has been the place that normally gets cases. So most people who stay there have experienced a lot of these cases where they've had a chance to see. So it seems that some have not seen it, and even if some have seen it, God has not gotten to be certain fact. People can just speculate that it's not true. But if you check from all that...
It's Ram season, which means it's time to serve with Ram 1500, Ram 3500, and Ram TRX. Hurry in now for great deals on the trucks that are built to serve. Right now during Ram season, get 10% below MSRP on the purchase of a 2023 Ram 1500 Laramie. Not compatible with lease offers or with any other consumer incentive offers. Contact dealer for details. Take retail delivery by 5/31/23.
Wake up, people. You are optimizing every waking hour of your life. From carpooling kids, to work, to friends, and everything in between. You have to get sleep. And a bed that can perform as well as you do. Meet the next generation Sleep Number Smart Bed. It effortlessly adjusts to your shape, position, and movements. Learning how you sleep, so you learn to sleep better. Night after night. Sleep next level. Only from Sleep Number.
The Queen Sleep Number 360 C2 Smart Bed is now only $899, plus special financing. Ends Monday. See store for details.
At the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. From the space you have, to the features you want, to the savings you need. Like a new GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo laundry machine that can wash and dry a large load in about 2 hours. Without you ever having to transfer the load over. Get special buy savings like the GE Profile Ultra-Fast Combo Laundry Machine, plus an extra $100 off select laundry sets in-store and online at the Home Depot.
Farms or other sort of facilities where people are selling animals, they also let you know that due to this anthrax case, flow of animals from the north to the south has been on the lower, which other social media stations last week also be a visitation to some of the places that they sell these animals, and some said that by this time there shall be a lot of animals in Accra for the festive season for the Muslims, which they already had that on Wednesday. But quite a few numbers, and we're really concerned about this year's celebration. We will now have a lot of animals, and this area is one of their biggest feed days, which a lot of animals are slaughtered because of the significance to sacrifice. But in all these things, we still want to let the public know that yes, anthrax is real. And as we speak, there's a stakeholder engagement which is being ongoing to really look at the issues. So from last week update, we have had 29,000 animals in Accra vaccinated for flu against this anthrax. And we have had 99 animals which have died so far from the outbreak. And they are being animals like cattle, pigs, sheep, and goats. And we're still waiting for that. But we also want to use this opportunity to tell people that there are still videos going out on the social media trying to create the impression that they have meat that have already gotten to Accra, which were infected. This is one thing, as we, as the authority, is not true.
Okay, so the festivities... Yes, but the festivities, as we know it, is very close. On Wednesday. Wednesday is a holiday. What measures are you putting in place between now and Wednesday to prevent any form of infiltration?
Yes. So from last week, quickly, knowing that we're getting close, most of the regions we have had our vet officers with other stakeholders to have meetings with the leadership of the Muslim community to see how to get animals that they're going to use slaughtered in the right way, inspection is being done. So last week, Asante Regent on the release message to WhatsApp to the people telling how they are involved in machinery in the slaughter. And for outside, the security services with other stakeholders, what we are doing is the monitoring of the borders. We have put a ban on movement of animals coming from districts in Upper East. So once we are done that, we can go to issue movement permits for these animals to be moved from those places to other places. So the security are helping to check on that, and have told the public to look at the suspicious to let us know. So far, they have done very well with that, because I've had issues where people saw animals dead, they compared it, we took samples and realized that it wasn't actual, and we are okay with it.
All right.
So far, we have still had this issue of anthrax being in our fight, and we are hoping that if there's then everything is put under control.
All right. We're grateful, Dr. Kizisa, for joining us here on The Pulse. Well, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia has revealed that government is set to introduce a policy aimed at recognizing and supporting faith-based organizations that extend essential services, including education and financial aid to the underprivileged in society, speaking at a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of the Sem Ability Village by Christ Evangelistic Ministry, that's Agoto area within the Greater Accra region. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, indicated that this will motivate faith-based organizations as well. There's more in the following report for you.
Faith-based organizations have emerged as beacons of hope for the less privileged. Some faith-based organizations sometimes provide educational and financial support to the needy. This support goes a long way to reduce the economic hardship on them. Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says the government is set to introduce a policy to give incentives to faith-based organizations who provide support to the needy. He announced this at a groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of a CEM Ability Village by Christ Evangelistic Ministry at Agotokope.
We must also continue to address the various challenges such as discrimination, stigmatization, lack of skills training, unemployment, negative attitudes, and lack of access to buildings. We're therefore working through a policy which for the future, and I hope to announce it too soon, to give faith-based organizations that meet a particular threshold, certain incentives in terms of provision of social service, certain incentives to continue that work and enhance that work going forward.
The founder of Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry, Reverend Steve Mensah, explains the need to support the needy in society.
Ask me, do you have money? I said, yes, I have money. I have money. And we paid it at a point, and then I wanted to come and do the groundbreaking. And they told us that what you have paid is not enough, go and bring more money. And then I went to preach at Natos's church. And then I peered up into the Ability Village. And then when it closed, she asked me, so what do you need to start the village? And I said, now I need some heavy money to give to these chiefs. And then she said, I will give it to you.
Well, as we speak, that campaign is still on, and we're fortunate to have in studio with us the General Overseer of the Charismatic Evangelistic Ministry, Reverend Dr. Steve Mensah. Rev, it's good to see you back here in our studio for the second time. It's not easy to have that, knowing your busy schedule and, of course, a lot that you do for Christendom. But what will you say about your project and where you are now? Now, officially, you've commissioned the project.
Yes, now we've done the groundbreaking, and I'm looking forward to within the next 1 month, we'll hit the ground running. We'll do the gatehouse, and then we'll start building the administrative block, and then, of course, the homes for the people.
And for those who missed the earlier conversations we had, what would you say about the Ability Home and the essence, the reason for which you are putting that up?
Like I mentioned earlier, we've done a lot of rural work over the years, over the past 35 years, and then the last 8 to 10 years, we've done what we call the Day of Help, where a day is set aside only for disabled people. And because we see them coming through our food aid program, and they are stampede the able people stampede them and collect their items. So we said, okay, this is a day for you only. And we followed them to their homes. And like I said earlier, it's very deplorable, very, very depressing. If you go to a typical home of a disabled person, you'll be very, 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 very depressed. So we said that, okay, the piecemeal approach has been enough. Now, let's make it more institutionalized and then make a home very comfortable for them. Yeah, so that's what led to it. And we have to look for a place that is very flat. So we have to search through, and then we went to Shai Osudoko. Yeah, and then we saw a very large, I've never seen a place like this before. Very large and very flat area. So we went to the chiefs. It's okay, you're welcome to come and build it here, but you must pay for it. Very expensive land, I'm telling you. And so now we're happy that we are going to build it. And one year on from today, I'm hoping to come to this studio to showcase what we have done so far.
And we'll be happy to celebrate that with you. But you've dealt with the most crucial aspects of the project, which is securing the land.
Yes.
Because we know the challenges with securing a land here in Accra or the Greater Accra region. So what is next, and what would it require for this project to succeed?
What is next now is to clear the land and then start the buildings. And I can't wait to just start. We need a bit of security in the area. And then within the next 1 month, like I said earlier, I will build a very beautiful gatehouse. And then from the gates, I will build an administrative block. I will put a whole wall around the whole place. Because these are vulnerable people. I don't like them to be exposed to a lot of things. And don't forget that it's also an integrated community. They can now say, I live in a gated community. Because the gated community is not going to be only for the rich and the people who are, but now, yes, the elite. Now they can also say, I live in a gated community, and this is the name of my community. And then, like I said, we are going to start building the factories. We want to really build factories for them, light industries, for them to come and work there, live there, and then specialized hospital, so that a lot of them who have prosthetic problems, we can fix them. I can't wait for us to build the orthopedic and the prosthetic hospital, because some of them are walking around with limbs cut off and all that. And I'm telling you, those things will be the thing of the past, because now they can fix beautiful prosthetic. If you put the two arms there, you cannot tell which one. You can't see the difference. And the person can have mobility, can work, because he may be physically challenged, but the brains are working very well, and he can now put his hand to do something, and then the skill training programs will begin.
In fact, this is a laudable project, and we're excited to be seeing, for instance, the Vice President also appear when you are doing the commission, and then the promise to support churches and non-profit organizations helping and carrying out financial aid. How is that coming to you, and why would that be necessary for churches across the country?
I think it's a breakthrough news that he gave to us, because when we import containers of wheelchairs during our day of help, you'll be surprised the amount of money.
You pay a lot of tax on it.
Pay a lot of tax on it, and I tell them that we are using the wheelchairs to give. They say, no, you have to pay this, the rule. These are the rules. Pay, and we pay a lot of thousands of dollars, lot of it, to get the containers out, to go and give them out for free. When we import clothing and things, even when people send us containers of items, we pay a lot. The other day I was asking that the amount of money we have paid versus the items in a container, it looked as if what we paid was even more than whatever. So his message comes as a very loud and clear signal to us that he has the interest of our faith-based organizations' interest at heart. And we pray that he will expedite that, because sometimes you say something, it takes a long time, almost forever, for it to be implemented. Yes.
So we need it fast. But we also saw Bishop Dag Mills there. Is that suggesting that this is not, let's say, a denominational project that you're carrying out, and that your ministry is open to support from across the divide, whoever is willing to support the project? Is that the case?
Yes. Bishop Dag has been my friend for the past 35 years. He supported everything I've done through my day of help, my rural crusades and everything. And this, he couldn't miss it for anything. He was out in Gabon doing crusades and things, but he flew in then and told me that he was not going to miss the program. And he came, and as usual, as he said, he was going to also support that, like he has supported me all this time. And I'm saying that the project is open to everybody, companies, organizations, churches, because these are our own brothers and sisters. They can build, they can walk, they can see, and all that. So we should all come together. The first phase alone is about $418 million. And you know that one church cannot do that. So he's one of my greatest supporters in my ministry, my best friend, and he's been there for me all these years. I want to say the Archbishop Duncan Williams is also part, Eastwood, and all my friends were all invited. They were not there physically, they sent representatives, and obviously they'll be sending their contributions to help build the project.
If a business wants to reach out now, how can they do that, and what type of support will you need from these groups?
Yes, I was saying, most of the interviews that I've had with other stations, that we don't want the companies to even give us money. Come there, look at our master plan.
Okay, so you're not just looking for financial...
At all. We are just looking for companies. We have Keofori Limited, yes, tons and tons of iron rod, Antis, Gasem, Dangote, cement, all these bodies. You give me 10,000 bags of cement, just introduce them there for the project, you see, and then you can come and build banks and things, must come and build something. There are several, I'm building 9,000 homes, so come and take about 100 and build, and other things. So material support, engineers, and any kind of help financially too, they can give us to us. That's why we have also launched the code 10 for ability. Ghanaians everywhere in the world can contribute 10 cedis, 10 yen, 10 euro, 10 pounds, and whatever currency.
Is there a short code, or how do they go about?
The short code, I'm sure your producers will have the short code. They will put that on the screen so that you can begin now. Now we're introducing something where you can now make a standing order on your salary that every month I want to contribute 50 cedis or 100 cedis towards the Same Ability Village, and then your bankers will just wire the money. We want to have a lot of cash flow so that the project doesn't stop. We don't want it to be a white elephant. We are there, and for years the project is just there. We want something that is continuous. The disability community can't wait to join us in that enclave, and they came in their numbers, as you can see from your footages. They were there.
They can't wait.
They can't wait at all to have a home, to have a job, to have a hospital, to have a community. We have different open spaces and parks, and then those who are interested in agriculture, we have a large acres of farmland where they can do poultry, they can do animal husbandry, they can do all kinds of things, grow cabbage and things, and yam, and then also the city will come and trade with them. Yeah, and then we are also going to produce what do you call it, school uniforms for GES. And when that time comes, the GES should buy only for us.
Okay, but Reverend, the role of the church in doing some of these things has been subject to a lot of scrutiny in recent times. People asking, what really is the role of the church, and why is the church not doing some of these things that you're doing? It's come up a lot of times.
Yes, I know. Every church has a vision. Every church has a calling in the ministry, but there are some things that are fundamental to all of us, especially to take care of the sick, the poor. Then Jesus said, when I was hungry, you gave me to eat. When I was thirsty, you gave me to drink. When I was naked, you clothed me. When I was in prison, you visited me. And when I was sick, you came to me. So this is for all of us to be able to emulate. But different churches approach it differently. Some do it annually, during their church's anniversary. You see some going to the orphanages. Everybody is trying to do a bit, except that we have taken a bigger step, and it's more pronounced. We are dealing with the disability community of our country, but every church is doing a bit of it, except, of course, a few people who haven't really woken up from sleep.
And you are a spiritual leader, so you understand the essence of giving.
Yes.
And for those who are still not convinced, why is giving essential according to the gospel?
Giving is essential because the whole essence of the gospel is to give. God gave his only begotten son. His son also gave us his life. Now we must also lay down our lives for others, as the scripture has said. So the essence of church is not a money-making venture. It's a time for us to give, especially to the vulnerable, the weak, the sick in society. Build hospitals, build orphanages, and help in any way. Sometimes a few people have joined our work, and they have tried to taint the image. For example, the Catholic Church, if you go everywhere in the world or even in Ghana, they were the first to establish a bone hospital, first to build maternity homes, first to do so many things across the country. The Presbyterians, the Methodists, all of them have contributed their quota. We first to build maternity homes, first to do so many things across the country. The Presbyterians, the Methodists, all of them have contributed their quota.